Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you've been enjoying your lunch today. As they finish getting set up, I'd like to just welcome you back to our afternoon cultural entertainment today and talk. I would like to let you know that, as mentioned earlier, Gary Wesley, who is oh my goodness, what, I forgot your name. Cedar's brother, thank you, sorry, was unable to make it today. So like good family, Cedar stepped in. I would like you to know Gary's bio, however, because I will also let Cedar do his own introduction, but they work together. So Gary Wesley works for NARA, which stands for Northwest as a youth suicide, NARA Northwest as a youth suicide prevention coordinator. He's an enrolled member of the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde and is a descendant of the Siletz and Assiniboine, thank you very much, tribes. A member of the Native American Church, he has returned to the religion to heal from childhood trauma and revitalize his tribal knowledge. Gary currently lives in Portland with his wife and 3 children, and I will turn it over to you, Cedar.
Hello, Nich Klawit. That means good afternoon. And Sahaptin. My name is Cedar Wesley. My Indian name is Tamachin. It's a real honor to be here. In place of my brother. It's a real honor to be here. I don't know how loud I'm being. So see, is that good? Okay. Did you guys hear what I said before that? Well, okay, no, all right. Okay, well, I'm real honored to be here. My name is Cedar Wesley. My Indian name is Tamachin. If you didn't catch that, I'm a Grand Ronde tribal member. And yeah, I'm stepping in for my brother. I was going to come support. He told me to just come over here and drum for him and then share a little bit of my experience with this way of prayer. Because I've gone a little bit ahead of him with started a little sooner than he did. So he was going to give us a presentation and then I was going to do some other things. So as it is, I'm the one here, so I'm gonna do my best to represent what we're doing, and in the best way that I can. Has anyone heard of the Native American Church or the Peyote way of prayer? Okay, has anyone ever been to a Peyote meeting? Okay, well I guess I don't have a drummer then, so I'll just do. I'm gonna one man bandit, which I can do that too. So yeah. So so the peyote is a cactus that grows down in southern region of Texas and through Mexico, and there's a whole sort of indigenous practice that goes along with it, and that goes along with these songs I'm going to sing, goes along with these instruments. They kind of go along with the peyote, and on that way I go along with the peyote. I go along and I follow it, and there's and it's made its way up through from the south up through the Midwest, all the way out east through the all throughout the United States. Now it's up here in the Northwest, so it finally made it over here. And my dad, he's a road man. He runs peyote ceremonies for people. And so what I've seen is I just traveled all over kind of been traveling all over. I went over to New York and then I went down to Arizona and went to different places where the medicine is a lot more, I guess you could say, been around a lot longer. This Native American church way of prayer has been around a lot longer, to kind of learn about how they utilize it to make change in their communities, because that's really how I follow it. Is I want to not just pray, but help out in the community and inspire people. And I learned that when this peyote went around, people, when they ate it and they went in their ceremonies, they got an interest in their culture, their traditional cultures of where they're from. And so instead of it being, it's not like a replacement, it kind of goes along with all of our traditional values, that a lot of our traditional values can be similar, and a lot of it has to do with place and land, and our relationship with land and food. And in that ceremony, they acknowledge our foods and our, they acknowledge things, our, the natures, the timelines of natures and the indigenous perspectives on things that are important to us. Like, so when we're talking environmental issues, it's like it's something that when under the influence of the medicine and inside of our ceremonies, we can gain perspective from elders about important things that may not have might have forgot, because we all have different pathways to ceremony or different pathways to culture, having lost so much as Indian people, like, we all have like, it's like our journeys to identifying and how, so, some people, they pray all kinds of different ways. Indians, they have different ways of praying. Christians, and, some people, they're like, I don't won't say God, I'll say creator, but for us in the Native American church, believe that's just like one way. So we're all trying to pray to something, the same thing. And that's all that matters. And then there's a reason why we're praying, reason why we're gathering, and we just, however you want to do it, go for it. We're going to pray for that, So I'm going to share some songs, because that's way more exciting than me talking. And I'm going to share some songs and some prayer songs is what this is. It's or entertainment, but we sing a prayer songs, and then I want, when I tie these drums, I think of something good. I want it to bless you, your life, your mind, your body, spirit, some way go inside the vibration, some way help you out. That's how I think of it. I try to have, I have a relationship with it like that. I take these drums all over the place with me, and I utilize them in ceremony. I get asked by elders to do things like, I was like, they're like, aren't you scared? I'm like, nah, yeah. I had to stand up in front of a whole teepee of Navajos, elders, and I have to say something, when I'm taking care of the drum, or I'm taking care of the fire, or different things in the ceremony, using the cedar to pray, and things that I never thought I'd be doing again. I was kind of raised traditional a little bit, but I kind of went into alcohol and all kinds of stuff, and I never thought I'd be ever asked to do anything that, like, say a prayer over the food, or sing a song, or go over and help somebody who lost a child, things of that nature. Go over and pray for somebody who, some deep, like, lost some loved ones, things of that nature, or going through a real bad sickness, or celebrating a little kid's birthday. They say all the Indian ceremonies that exist within this Native American church, from birth to death, and I've experienced it all in there. All throughout, everywhere. I've seen it all, and I've prayed for him alongside of him, helped him out, cried for him, all those good things, the life ways, So sing some songs, and then I had some emergency people working on a presentation, but they never made it over. So I was gonna have some pictures of our community. We got a community over there by Portland. Got an official Native American chapter. We call it Ways, because we got Ways. We're kind of a younger crowd. We got some older people, but yeah, so we call it Ways, a Native American church chapter. It's a peyote group, a group of us up there, and then we're tying in with the National Native American Church, so we're official, And then we also have a nonprofit working on, sort of supporting and uplifting people's indigenous voices with lived experience to the policy level, so that they can advocate for their own mental health needs, which generally involves ceremony for us, some form of culture, And so that's the grant we got from the Oregon Health Authority, is to do just that. And so we're going to be building some sweat lodge grounds, bringing in authentic, real deal elders that can do some things, teach you some things. And so that's why I was traveling around, meeting different ones and seeing who I could bring close to, I live in Portland. It's like 70,000 Indians from different tribes, so I try to go all over to different tribes and see who I can bring in. And maybe, I got to do a needs assessment and all that, and see, who is wanting this, and then how can I bring in their elders to support that, those small groups of people within the city. So I'm going to sing some songs, and then maybe I'll explain some of the instruments. And that broom, probably wondering what the broom is. That thing's valuable in the ceremony. I will.
Okay.
Probably. I don't even know how much time I got in instruments, but now. Give me five. Tell me 5. 20 minutes? Oh, okay. So yeah, in the Native American church, there's a whole bunch of different songs that come from all over, because it traveled, right? So then I learned a little bit of the language, some different tribes, and I carry drum different places, and the drummers, they got to know all the songs and a little bit of the language. And so I'm gonna sing different songs, and then some of our birthday songs. So I like singing a good birthday song. Some of my friends, they make songs for the children. Like, I have a friend, he has 6 kids. He made whole bunch of songs for every one of them when they were born. So I just might bust one of those out, so a lot of them are English. I like some of the English ones. So, it's just kind of like, how to best help whoever we're praying for. It's like, oh, they speak this language and sing their songs for them, so. Hard to know if the drums like too overpowering my voice. Yo na yo na yo na yo na ne yo hai na yo na yo na yo na yo na ne yo hai na yo na yo na yo na yo na ne yo hai na yo na yo na yo na yo na ne yo hai ya ne yo ya ne yo ya ne yo hai na ya na ya na na yo na ya na ne yo hai na ya na ya na na yo ne ya na ne yo hai na ya na ya na na yo ne ya na ne yo hai ya na ya na na yo ne ya na ne yo hai na ya na ya na na yo ne ya na ne yo hai na ya na ya na na yo ne ya na ne yo hai na Yana 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 yo yana yo yana yo yana 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 yo yana 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 yo yana 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 yo Yane yo yane yo yane yo haina yana 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 yo yana yo haina yana 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 yo yana yo haina yana 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 yo yana Indiana, 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 Yana, 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 Early in the morning, yeah, say your prayer, yeah, our dear little children, yeah, darling, open your eyes, open your mind to the wonderful world, yeah, darling, Indiana, 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 Yana, 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 Indiana, 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 Yana, 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 Early in the morning, say a prayer, yes, go to school. Our dear little children, you know, open your eyes, open your mind to the wonderful world, you know, Indiana, 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 you know, you know, you know. Yana ho, yana ho, yana ho, yana ho, yana ho. Work by yourself. Oh, you did? You can put it, I don't know what's on there, but yeah, I have no idea what's on there. This is a water drum. So this is what we use in the, yeah, there's water in there. And then how much water in there? And then the type of kettle you use, type of hide, type of rope, type of stones. Well, maybe not so much stones, but it all depends. Will change the different sounds. You'll have different kind of sounds, some higher pitch, depending on the region you're at. Down south, kind of sometimes they have like deeper voices, and then they sing a certain style. So then you like a thicker hide, lower bass, kind of go along with their voices and their songs. Their beats are a little different, and then up north they have a little bit higher in some places, not all places, but it's the general idea there. I think up north the drum seems a little bit like they have a higher tune to it. And then so but it all depends on everyone's relationship. Each tribe, like I said, goes all over. So people build their own relationship with it. That's what's kind of nice about this is at some point people make their own songs, or tribes will pass this way of prayer to each other, and then those tribes can kind of make it a little bit of their own, start putting their own carvings into it, their own language into it, and their own teachings, their own history into the ceremony. So that's kind of what I hope been doing here in Grand Ronde as well, having meetings here, and then bringing people in to share the teachings, because I myself, like I grew up mainly in longhouses over in the kind of like Simnasho area, Warren Springs, like a longhouse, different kind of way. Over here, they have different kind of longhouses, but this is where I'm enrolled. But, it's complicated because I have like, I don't know, 10 different tribes, and then my mom was an orphan, she grew up on the streets of LA, and then like came up here to find her people. And, you just land where you land. And then it was Warren Springs. So that's where we kind of got our teachings from. But then over here is where I call home, because this is my tribe. And then I got a lot of good relatives over here that I love and care about. And so, I think about it like, always try to, through this Native American church, try to be like, give to my people. And so that's where it's taking me, is by following it. So, so what we got here, oh yeah, there's like one of our, I can kind of see the ceremony in the background. This is after the meeting, and I carry drum, and then that's how the Sioux, the Dakota Primo fireplaces, at least my buddies, anyways, they have us put a display of the instruments afterwards. People can kind of bless themselves with it because, like, our instruments, we believe have powers, spiritual energies, connection to the Creator. It's something that got to form a belief and build a belief, and that's peyote helps with that, building a belief with it, and giving it that power. These are some of the drums I've tied. I was down in Arizona. That was over in LA area, and that one was probably at my house. And then, I take my drum everywhere. It builds community. People come around the drum, and that's kind of like there's all kinds of teachings about this drum. Some people call them like a shield, or, there's but this is like a community, kind of wraps around, that rope wraps around the community. And how it's been for me is I tie it every week, and then people come around, they want to be around it. And then next is we're drumming, we're singing together, and things like that. So we built a community up in Portland. Just from that, I moved my dad in. Because he's a road man, so I moved him in, and then that didn't work out too. But then but at least we got it. We got a lot of good teachings too, and then it brings people together. As what I've seen, this Native American church, this peyote. No matter where you're from, I've been in ceremonies with all kinds of different people, and then so it really helps building some unity around prayer and religious sort of, if for lack of a better word, call it what you want, but it's like religious practices. A lot of cultural practices sometimes lacking the religious aspects of prayer and dedication to a way of life. And so that's kind of what I hope to do. Bring a lot of that kind of into my more into my community, is the way of prayer. That we and then. We get a quiet. People give us things. It's like I got to carry drum, and then for this this young man up in Puyallup, man, he hooked me up. His name is Che, my little nephew. I call him my little nephew. And then he gave me this fan. It was pretty cool. He was standing there, and I saw you looking at my fan. He said, saw you looking at it, and then he's like, get up. And I was like, all right. So then he slapped me around. I was like, hey, hold on, because it blessed me off with it, and then gave it to me. So it's a real loving way around the Native American church. Meet a lot of cool people. I even met a lot of people from Alaska. I met one of the guys, chief justices from the Tlingit Nation, up there, over there in New York. And then I know the Chief Justice Yazzie over in Navajo country. And so it's just some of the people you end up meeting, and then you end up becoming relatives, and then you remember their children's names and things like that. And then and then you get to some people, they make these fans, and then they put a prayer into it, a thought into it, and then you take care of it and go for generations, be passed down for a long time, and they can always remember you, always remember your family in prayer, those kind of things. Never forget who you are, those kind of things. And then you can, so it's just a part of that legacy we build around these ceremonial things. So, yeah, teepees, there's our teepees. So that obviously comes from Plains teepee people, but the Native American church, they do it a lot of times. The ceremonies in the teepee, but you can do it in a longhouse, you can do it in a house. Sometimes down in Mexico, where it came from, they do it outside amongst the stars. They play guitars and stuff. Pretty cool how they do it, their ways. But we're really strict here in the Native American church, like with the peyote. Like you got to be ordained to run the ceremony. There's a national organization too you should be tied into, of elders and people that are going to hold you accountable to how you're behaving in your life, how you're treating the medicine, what you do. Because it's a powerful thing, psychedelic type of thing, right? So it's a medicine, it's powerful, and it can do good, it can do harm, things like that. So you got to really take the life seriously and present yourself as best you can. So represent it in a good way, because it does have, I believe, have a lot to do with why we still have our culture, or why people were interested in learning their culture. I was talking to this elder down there in Steamboat, Arizona, where I was just down there ceremony, and then he was telling me that that's what he remembers when it was illegal and people were losing it, and then the peyote helped people connect with it again, wanting to learn their ways. So there's some more pictures. There's the fire. You got to take care of fire sometimes all night. So, any questions? Yeah. Anyone any questions? Anyone want to go to a meeting? All right. Yeah.
Oh, you want to go?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, we have, come on. Hey. Yeah, I go pretty much all the time. And then it's like, we're trying to, oh yeah, there's some of the peyote, they're conservationists. I went down to Arizona, and then they're want to conserve the peyote. They say there's teachings about when something goes away. A lot of tribes where they say this goes away and then we go away. So for us, it's the salmon. Down in the where the peyote comes from, it's peyote, and they say when the peyote goes away, then the people will go away. So I met some conservationists, and so they're growing peyote. There's some peyote that we fixed up, and yeah, so I was interested in that. There's some of my buddies, up here that I pray with alongside some of our community members. I got all that wood up there. Go up in the mountains, get all that wood for ceremony. Took it all the way to San Diego. Yeah, and there's the Galindo family that's outside of Portland, Oregon. We go over there. That's where we have our home grounds. And so yeah, so there's a lot that goes into it. This is just like kind of our basic get up here. I go take around with me everywhere. I'm always prepared to do whatever, pray or help someone out. Yeah, and then water. Water is a part of our ceremony. Spirit. That's a spirit. We call all these things like spirit of life. And then there's some of my longhouse. So right there in the middle is my family. That's our longhouse attire for over there, some natural longhouse. There's my brother Gary, his wife, his children. There's little Sean and my dad up there in the right corner. He's learning. He's a little guy. He's bigger now. He's still doing it. And then there's us outside the longhouse in Grand Ron over here up to the top left. And then oh yeah, okay. I was like, who are these guys? Yeah, no, that's from one of our ceremonies. They brought a bunch of kids over, but it's real family oriented. The Native American church is all about family, about children, and so I know our teepees were full of children, man. And then there's some of our drum ties. This is my buddy Wayne Primo. He made that song early in the morning. Say your prayers, go to school, because he like sings to his little kids. Get them up, has them pray in the morning and stuff like that. Then. More of our drum tie, little babies. See, I get hold people's babies. I don't have any babies, but I got a lot of nieces, a lot of little nephews, and then all over. And then they know me, they watch me, they pay attention to me. It's kind of a trip. So I get to be an example. It was my dad, and then we like messing with him. He's laying there sleeping. Took a picture of him and travel down south. And then some of these Meshikas here, the Meshika relatives from down south too. So they say like what do they say? The border crossed us. We didn't cross the border crossed us, they say. And so that's like, there's the Meshika. So they got fireplaces too. So it's a real unifying way of life, way of prayer. And I can appreciate that, tribal people. So my nonprofit, it's called Nisaika Trush Hoi Hoi. My project's like we trade good, and so we're trying to, trade, in a way that this is my buddy Seth up there. Went to a ceremony over in New York, and then there I was down in Arizona. That was me right there, top left. And that guy in the middle, his name is Kirk Fulbo. He's like big chief over there in the Lakota Nation. It's pretty cool. Got to take care of fire for him. So how, yeah, we're trying to bring more of these things, not just this way, but sweat lodge and all those kind of things. So yeah, my time's up. Hope you guys enjoyed the presentation. Huh? Oh yeah, broom. Like some of the women, they joke around like, I see guys use these real good in the ceremony. I wish you could use them at home. But yeah, for those fires you've seen, it's like you shape the fire into the coals into a half moon or a heart or different shapes depending on what the roadman wants. So when you're the fireman, you gotta sweep up, make it look real nice in there. And so you make it look real clean, presentation to God. They say like make it look like you made an effort, make it look nice, clean, and stuff like that. How you want your life. So that's what these are. And I gifted this. Someone actually gave me one. I like it. I finally got one, a good one too, nice one. I don't want to mess it up. Can't burn it up.
Thank you so much for that important work that you're doing. And I know it makes a huge difference in people's lives. And we're just thankful that you could come and fill in today. It was wonderful to have you here. And thank you for the blessing of the song.